All righty, morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through this morning, Saturday morning. So I know it's a bit of a commitment, but I'm hoping that in the next sort of 45 minutes I can get you excited about the time you've spent here with us this morning at DuePoint. Thank you to all of you who've tuned in live this morning as well around the country. Excited to have guys in the Eastern Cape online, KZN, Mpumalanga, Limpopo. It's awesome to have you guys tuned in with us this morning. Guys, to start with, let me tell you that DuePoint, that's where you're sitting this morning, is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. We are a listed and licensed life and short-term insurance company, first founded in 1952. So we are 66 years old today, or not today, this year. All right, so this is not a startup. This is not something new. You might not have heard of us, but you'll understand why in a minute. This is a well-established financial services company. We want you to have confidence in that. We are also an authorized and registered financial services provider. That's our FSP number over there. You can look us up on the internet and on the JSE and et cetera, using these numbers. Folks, you can also see all of our licenses and associations just next to the front door on the way out today. Be comfortable with who you're dealing with here at DuePoint today. This is the team. The team have been put together specifically to support you in what you're going to be doing here at DuePoint. So we want you to like us, we want you to know us, and we want you to trust us. We've got all the requisite experience and skills and degrees. I'm a chartered accountant. We've got 3 chartered accountants here. We've got Rob in the corner. He's the tall, ugly guy over here on the side. He does all the design work, 20 years in marketing, financial services space. We've got Jane in the middle here who's done many years of direct selling. We got all the skills. We're all in place here. But the most important thing is that we're here to help you in the process of building with us here at DuePoint. Now, we also want you to know and understand that this is not an international company. It is a homegrown South African company. You're always going to find us right here in this building, Monday through Saturdays. You always know where to find us at DuePoint. We say this so you can have a little bit of confidence in who we are and what we are here at DuePoint. So what is it that we do, folks? Well, there is 2 objectives that we have at DuePoint. Our primary objective, the number one reason why this division exists, is to put in the hands of South Africans the tool that will allow them to create recurring, reliable, and stable income. That's our primary objective. People don't believe us sometimes. They think that we're trying to move or sell insurance and financial services products here. Yes, naturally we do that, but we have many divisions at Constantia. We could sell our products through any of those divisions. The DuePoint division is specifically created to put you back in control of earning income. Right now you have 2 problems. Every single South African has 2 problems. We have no control of our personal income because we're either full-time employees or business owners. Where you're a full-time employee, you know someone else is telling you what increase you're going to get, whether you'll get a bonus or not, how much you'll earn when you start your job. You have no say in that. You have no say at all in how much income you make in South Africa. The increases you got over this last December, I will bet you that almost none of them were the same as inflation. What do we know about inflation? 15, 20%? What were your increases this year? 3%? 6%? I saw some company get 4% increases. We're not even keeping up with inflation anymore. We have no control over our income. The second problem we all have is we have no control of our economy. What do we see happening in our economy every single year? It's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. More regulation, bad politics, global recession, all shrinking our economy. Less jobs, more expensive things, and our cost of living getting harder and harder every year. We have no control over these things. At DuePoint, primary objective, to put a tool in your hands that gives you the control again and the ability to create recurring, reliable income. That's what we do. Primary objective. Our hope is that with that, we're able to unplug you from all the symptoms and circumstances of your current situation. Debt, you've got way too much debt in every aspect of your life. We want to create some legacy for you so that you're able to leave something behind to your children. And we want to put you back in a position where you can aspire again. Have a little bit of hope and a little bit of dreams in this life instead of us living in survival mode day to day to day. That's our primary hope and concern and objective here. Our secondary objective is to build a modern, online financial services company that plugs our customers into the heart of our business. We want a pipeline between you and us, 24 hours a day, no matter where you are in the world, we want you connected to us. With these objectives put together, we created what we call the DuePoint system. The DuePoint system allows you as an individual to contract with us as a wealth engineer. A wealth engineer has one task, one simple task. It's not selling, it's not advertising, not marketing, not advising. One task, the task of connecting people to DuePoint. As you connect people to DuePoint, you create for us new channels into which we can distribute our products. And by distributing our products, we create revenue, and the revenue we create is then used to create that extra recurring income for you. Now, why is it recurring? Well, we do not sell trinkets and goodies here. There's no vitamin tablets and cleaning agents and milkshakes and stuff that we sell. That's not what we do. Here at DuePoint, we have financial services products. Financial services products run on automatic debit order systems, and you can have them for your whole life, which means that every month, our computer system raises those debit orders, and every month as they are paid, your income is earned reliably, stably, and on a recurring basis. A real income, not here today, gone tomorrow because you're sick this month, so you can't be out there selling, and so your income falls through the floor. No, every month, no matter your circumstances, we have created this recurring income in your hands. It's the foundational piece of our system. We then put on top of that the ability for you to duplicate yourself in others. You don't want a system. You don't want a tool that only makes money when you're using it. And this is often the problem when you have to sell something. When you have to sell something, only while you're selling are you making money. The moment you go to bed at night, it stops. What we want is a system that allows you to make money 24 hours a day. With building these channels that we talk about, by duplicating yourself into others, you now put a system together where every hour of the day there's someone out there building your channel, growing your income 24 hours a day, built into our system. Now, folks, what's important to note is that this is not an employment opportunity. We're not hiring people, we're not recruiting, and we're not sponsoring. That's not what we do at DuePoint. We simply put a tool in your hands, and we say use it. Use it when you want, how you want. We don't dictate to you any of these things. You are completely independent of us here at DuePoint. Folks, there is no risk in becoming a wealth engineer at all at DuePoint. We have designed the system to prevent financial loss. This is all we ever hear about in South Africa. This new system, this new thing, but you've got to put 10 grand in, 30 grand in, 5 grand in, $180 a month. Folks, there are no startup fees here. No starter kits that have to be bought, no starter manuals that have to be bought, no application forms that have to be purchased. There are no fees in being a wealth engineer at DuePoint. By simply being a product owner at DuePoint, you're automatically a wealth engineer at no premium on your product. Okay, and so there's no financial risk for you in becoming a wealth engineer. There also is no requirement for specific education or qualification. You're not representatives, you're not brokers, you're not advisors, and you're not marketers or advertisers. That's not what you do here at DuePoint, and therefore everybody can be a wealth engineer at DuePoint. And in the task of building these channels, you build for yourself assets. Real assets, why? Because the income recurs, and it recurs on a regular basis, which means you can price it. And when you can price your channel, you can sell it, you can transfer it, and one day it'll be handed over to your children. The income you produce in your lifetime will be handed over to your children, and that channel will produce income for your children. They may even choose to build it further from that point. It's part of our hope of generational legacy at DuePoint, is that you build something in this lifetime that can be handed over to another generation, to another generation, to another generation. We have also built the system, folks, so that it is completely convenient for you. We know you hate all the things about network marketing, selling out. You do no selling whatsoever. You play no part in the sales transaction at DuePoint. Marketing and advertising, you do none. In fact, we tell you you're not allowed to advertise or market at DuePoint. You are free from the burden of all of that. Presentations, you never have to do a presentation. Rob and I are the only two that do the presentations, and through our technology, we connect you to us everywhere, every hour of the day. Never again are you going to have to find a venue or sit in your lounge and try and convince people. None of that occurs in the DuePoint system. It is a system of complete convenience. No storerooms full of products and boots full of products and refrigerators full of products. None of that in the DuePoint system. Your task The one thing you're asked to do at DuePoint is to connect individuals to DuePoint. How do you connect individuals to DuePoint? There's 4 ways. The first way is you can go to our counter afterwards and buy one of our USB sticks. It's 170 Rand, and it's got our presentation on it. That presentation, you can plug into a smart TV or a computer any time of the day, and we'll be there doing the presentation on your screen for you. The second way that you connect people to DuePoint is through our auditorium. If you're in Gauteng or close by, you can bring people here Monday through Saturday. We do presentations. Night times, lunch times, mornings. You go look at our schedule, pick the one that works for you, and you can bring people here, we'll present to you. But the third way is the most important way that you connect people to DuePoint, and that is through our YouTube channel. You go to YouTube, you search DuePoint channel, and you will find every single presentation we have ever done on that channel. You go find your favorite ones, and any time of the day, anywhere in the country, you can click the play button, and there we are, fresh, full makeup, ready to do the presentation for you. You can be working night shift. Gather your friends around you, you click play, and there we are doing the presentation for you. And then the fourth way to connect people to DuePoint is through our live streams. Every one of our presentations is broadcast live across the country. If you're at work, coffee shop, lying in the bath, it's okay, we can't see you. You just click play, and we are live in the room with you, full HD surround sound. Right now, we've got hundreds of people watching us live around the country. 4 ways to get. You never have to do a presentation. You never have to convince people. That's our task. And as you do that, as you connect people to us, some of them are going to catch the vision. Not all of them. People are disappointing creatures. Not all of them. Some will catch the vision and want to become wealth engineers. When they become wealth engineers, we allocate them to you, and your channel is born. These folk go out, they'll do the same thing. They'll connect people. Some will become wealth engineers again. We'll allocate them to you, and your channel will start to grow. This process of duplication over time will spread your channel out very quickly across the provinces in South Africa. Having formed a new channel of distribution for DuePoint, we now come along as DuePoint, and we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout your channel, and your income is born. Now, what's very important to note, ladies and gentlemen, is that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. And I know that's very disappointing to most South Africans. Folks, firstly, there is no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme, no matter what Facebook tells you. Okay? Facebook has got all these things. 3 months, you could be earning 100,000 Rand a month. Folks, no ways. In the genuine, real world of creating lifetime wealth and recurring income, there is a price to pay, and it is time. What we do at DuePoint is we convert time into money, but it means you have to spend time. The time that you're spending, I had some nice examples now. I was talking to one of my wealth engineers a minute ago, and he says he talks to people who say, I don't know where I'm going to find the time to do this, but they take spinning classes at the gym every night for 2 hours. He was like, well, I can think of 2 free hours a night that you can be doing this. Folks, how desperately do you want to change your financial position? You're going to have to commit time, energy, thought, and persistence to the task of using this tool we've created if you want to change your life with us. But there are 2 ways that we reward you in this process. The first way is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you 27.50 Rand for every product that's paid in your channel, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel that payment was made. So, for instance, you go out, you chat to a couple of your friends. Some become wealth engineers. They pay for their product. Every month that they do, you get 27.50 Rand multiplied by 200%. That's 55 Rand. 55 Rand. Not 5 Rand, not 12 Rand, not 1 Rand. I've seen them all. 55 Rand. 21st century material money. These folk go out, they talk to a few of their friends, some become wealth engineers, and again, you get 27.50 Rand multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. You've been here in this example, 5 minutes, you've got a handful of people on the screen, and you are now earning just under 1,000 Rand a month in the DuePoint system. It's not life-changing, but you immediately feel that extra 1,000 Rand a month, 12,000 Rand a year that you have added to your household income. You put a little bit more time, energy, and persistency into the growth of your channel, and you will continue to earn for every product payment throughout your channel, all the way down on a diminishing basis to the 8th point. but there is no limit to your potential at DuePoint. From the 8th point onwards, as long as you qualify to earn, you will always earn 4% of 27 Rand 50. So this means you have the ability to create this generational asset. You could build your channel to 25 points in your lifetime. As long as you qualify to earn it, you can see on our YouTube channel how to qualify to earn. It takes you 5 minutes, a quick video. All right. 25 points, you're earning on all 25 points. You can hand it over to your children. They can build their channel to 50 points. And as long as they qualify to earn, they're going to earn on every point in their channel. Unlimited potential to realign your hopes and aspirations in the DuePoint system. Unlimited potential to create financial, economic, and time freedom in our system. Now, practically speaking, what does that translate to? People often ask me that question, how much am I going to earn a month? I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. Because this is not an employment contract, I can't beat you every Monday morning to do more production. There's a tool that I give you. And I say, you go and decide how much you're going to earn in this system. But we said, all right, let's do some maths. Let's work out what conservatively you could use as milestones to aim for in the DuePoint system. We got 20 years of data. We did a whole lot of maths on it. We came up with a growth formula we call the 3+2 growth formula. It says that in your first month with us, you are responsible for putting 3 people on your first point in your channel. That's 3 people in a month. This is really not asking a lot, okay? And then every month thereafter, +2, you have to put 2 people in a month. Just 2, one every 2 weeks. We try to make it as conservative as we possibly could. 2 people a month going forward. But if you can be persistent with that exercise, and that's the key. Can you be persistent with it? Can you create a new habit in your life of putting at least 2 people in every month? Okay, that's great. If you can do that, and we apply all of our maths, lapses, cancellation rates, people not doing 3+2 to that, we believe that after 6 months, you can reasonably expect to be earning about 2,500 Rand a month. 2,500 Rand a month. 30,000 Rand a year after 6 months of putting just 2 people in a month on your first point. Okay? This is not a big ask. And some people say that's amazing, and other people say that's too little. All right, again, we're building genuine recurring income. It's not like after 6 months we pay you once 2,500 Rand. No. The 2,500 Rand comes in every month thereafter. 30,000 Rand a year that you've built after 6 months. Okay, now the question. The question for you guys. Can you survive the first 3 months? Sounds a bit ridiculous. 3 months, nothing. Of course I can make it. But that's generally where most people drop off. Because it's in the first 3 months that they've spoken to their dad, their mom, their cousins, and their best friend. And what happens when you talk to them? Well, it's the first time you're trying to explain the DuePoint system. You get it completely wrong. You give the 30-second version of my 45-minute version. Okay? And they laugh at you and go, you fell for it. You fell a pyramid scheme. They suckered you into it. And you're ashamed. You take personal offense. And you go, bugger that. I quit this business. I don't want to be embarrassed like that again. Okay? Folks, we are going to create lifetime-changing income. But you are going to have to push through the first few folk who laugh at you. Okay? We all know how many schemes and scams and things that have been out there. We can't blame people for being suspicious. We can't blame them. You can't use that as an excuse to quit when your future hangs in the balance. Can you do a year with us? 1 year from now, 9,000 to 10,000 Rand is our reasonable expectation for you. 120,000 Rands worth of extra income you've added to a household. Nobody asks you to quit your job here. So you've got your job, you've got your normal income coming in every month, and around about the 17th, 18th of every month, DuePoint deposits 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month into your account. That's around about the time when you get the end of the month salty crack. Do you remember that advert? And there was always like right at the end, the guy's got the end of the month salty crack. No ways, that's week 2. Hey, we know it. The money comes in, poof, the money's gone. That's what life is. Is that not what life is like? I mean, I watch it on the first. Money in, debit order, ding, 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 gone. Right, 3 weeks of waiting for the next. We've actually got a wealth engineer here, fantastic. She's still with us. She's doing very well. Who tells a fantastic testimony where she said she got so sick of payday, which sounds weird, isn't it? She got so sick of payday because payday was when she saw her money come in and her money go out. She didn't want to see it anymore. And what we do is we say, middle of the month, 17th, 18th of the month, It's an extra 9 to 10 grand if you can build consistently for a year. It's a new habit. You've got to form this new habit. You're going to do it. Can you, once the habit's formed, can you push through to 2 years? Because if you can do 2 years of plus 2 every month, that's all. 2 people on your first point every month. If you can do that after 2 years, 27 to 30,000 rand a month. 360,000 rand a year. Most people don't earn that much. They don't earn that much in their lifetime. We're saying 2 years. Can you commit 2 years to get there? Can you do 3 years? 3 years, 46 to 50,000 rand a month. 600,000 rand a year, guys. 50 grand a month. All right. 4 years, 60 to 65,000 rand a month. 720,000 rand. 5 years, we reckon 80 to 100,000 rand a month. 80 to 100,000 rand. $1 million rand a year. 5 years. So you've got to now look back and say to yourself, 5 years is too long for me. Facebook promised me 100,000 after 3 months. All right, okay, fine. That is not genuine. The only guy who's going to make the money is the guy who suckers you into it. Okay. Here we're saying it's going to take you 5 years. How many years have you spent in your employment right now? Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. I've had a guy 40 years in employment. Any of you get to year 2 in all the years you've been here? Have you got to the 27,000 rand? Are you earning that much after all these years of employment? Why would you be worried about spending just 5 years more to get to 100,000 rand? Why does that seem like too big an ask? Okay? Because the majority of people say to me, Brendan, the problem with DuePoint is you earn too slowly. That's what they say. People want it to be a get-rich-quick scheme. Folks, we are regulated and we are listed on the JSE. We are a licensed insurance company. There are no getting-rich-quick nothings here. What we want to do is we want to create an income for you that doesn't last for 5 minutes, but lasts until your last breath. That's what we want to create. When you're retired one day, we'll want you to still be earning this even though you're not working anymore. Can you imagine in your retirement earning 100,000 rand a month? Okay? You don't need the 1,400 rand a month pension then that you get from the government. You know? That's what we're building. Is it going to take time? You betcha. Is it going to be hard? You betcha. People are terribly disappointing. It's going to be hard, but you've got all the time in the world. There's no deadlines at DuePoint. We didn't say to you, you've got 5 years, you don't make it, you're out. No. You've got all the time in the world using this tool to get there. It might not take you 5 years, it might take you 10 years. Who cares if it takes you 10 years? Who cares? 10 years from now, you're retired 100 grand a month. There's worse things that have happened in the last of your 10 years. Huh? We want to make it. Other people say to me, Brendan, this is just maths. Nobody ever earns this amount of money. I love that. I do. I love that. A regulated, licensed, listed insurance company telling lies. Okay. All right, fine. But what we like is the fact that we've actually got people on the ground doing this now. We've got people. We launched this particular division in February 2016. We're 2 years old next month, okay, as a division. And we have people already earning over 83,000 rand a month. So there are those that have done it in less than 2 years. I'm saying to you, though, realistically, 5 years is a good aim. So this is why it's up to you. But let's look at a few people on the ground. Every month we show a few different people. Next week, Tuesday, we've got a bunch more coming up. We don't pick up all the high flyers. We pick up everybody. All the little bits and pieces. The guys earning a little bit, earning a lot, whatever it might be, to demonstrate to people using this system. Here's Nick and Johnny. Okay. Nick is quite tall, as you can see. We had to chop him off so you can see Johnny down there. But he's been with us for over a year now. And they have worked very hard on their channel. They're full-time parents, full-time employees that don't have a lot of time. And they have not shot the lights out in this business, but they have remained consistent. And what they have done is they've built a business now worth 48,000 rand a year. 48,000 rand a year in hobby income. Hobby income, extra income, 48 grand a year. That's a hell of a holiday once a year. Hey, is that not a hell of a holiday once a year? 50 grand a year, I reckon you could squeeze a pretty decent holiday into that every year they've created for themselves. That might be 8 at the end of this year. 8,000 rand at the end of this year. That is huge. That's nearly 100,000 rand in income that they've made on this side while being full-time parents and full-time workers. Okay. Then we've got Jack DeLama from Fitbank. Joined us. When we pulled these numbers, he'd been with us for 10 months. 10 months. He built himself a channel worth 8 grand. I said it would take a year to get to 9 to 10. He's on track. He is on track to 9 to 10,000 rand after a year. Right now, it's 8 grand a month. Okay. Don Landon, down in Port Elizabeth. Shout out to the Eastern Capers. He was here for a year. First 6 months, he did nothing. I think that might be a Port Elizabeth thing. Did nothing for 6 months. Okay. Second 6 months, he got engaged and engaged in the business. He got engaged in the business. 6 months down. That actually would be pretty funny if he got engaged to his wife. Get going. Anyway, 6 months in, after really committing himself for the second 6 months of last year, he built himself a channel worth 11,000 rand. I said to you, reasonable milestone after 6 months, 2,500 rand. 6 months, 11,000 rand. It's up to you. It's completely up to you. We've got Motla Letsona here from Bloemfontein. Okay? 7 months to 11,548 rand. I pulled her channel just the other day. She's now on 25. In a year, she's got to 25,000 rand a month. Okay? In a year. You might not be able to keep up pace with these people. You might not. Because your circumstances might be different. You might not have as much time. You might not know the same people. It doesn't matter. Do not mark yourself against these people. Mark yourself against yourself. This is your tool. Decide what you want from it, when you're going to work, how much time you're going to commit to it, and then just get out there and do it. Slowly, 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 you get there. Go to our YouTube channel. You'll find all the people that have ever given their testimony here, talking about how they earn $700 a month, 3,000 rand a month, 8,000 rand a month, 70,000 rand a month. We've got them all there. Go to our YouTube channel, DuePoint channel, and you can watch them talk about how they're using this tool to change their futures. This is the first way you earn at DuePoint. The second way you earn is through our XP Rewards program. Our XP Rewards program is our training program. It's how we teach you to do this business. As you complete steps in our training program, we give you XP points, experience points. They're not worth any rands and cents. They're just a measure of how experienced, how mature you are in the DuePoint system. Naturally, as you gain experience, you're going to be building a channel. When you meet the criteria of experience and channel size in our system, we rank you up in our training system. You can't be a beginner forever. You've got to start ranking up. As we rank you up, we reward you. In the beginning, we reward you with a little bit of cash. See, a little bit of cash. As you get a little bit more serious, well, the cash gets a lot more serious that we reward you with in addition to those returns. Okay? Then, at rank 5, we start to equip you with tools. Tools that, in our experience, will accelerate the growth of your channel. At rank 5, we give you an imported lightning memory stick, plugs into all electronic devices. It is filled with our presentations, downloads, testimonies, tools, etc. All the things you need to connect people anytime, anywhere to DuePoint. Then at rank 7, we give you a 12,500 rand set of imported business cards custom made for you. Gold gilded, gold printed, the finest business cards in South Africa today. I can say that with full confidence. You can go and see a set in our glass cabinet. You can ask some of these folk. Most of them are here today. All of them except for Spamandla, who's down in KZN, are here. So if you're watching from KZN, go find Spamandla. He'll show you what one of those cards look like. I won't let you touch it, but you can look at it. Okay. Gold gilt. That's not my Koki pen on the side there. Gold gilded. Gold gilded business cards that you've got. When you hand these to people, they're going to want to know what DuePoint is and what you do for DuePoint, connecting people to DuePoint through the process. Then at rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size, every year that you do maintain your channel size, we take you and your family away on a 5-star business class, all expenses paid trip every year for the rest of your life. Now, folks, this is not one of those things. And I say, I have seen them all. Where now you go, oh, you're qualified, but you've got to pay the airport taxes. And you've got to get to transport to the airport. And you've got to pay for this and pay. You pay for nothing in this trip. They pick you up from your house, and they lay you down on the sun chair in Maroon. And a week later, they pick you up from the sun chair, and they put you back in your house. We've just come back from our rank 9 trip about 2 weeks ago. One of our wealth engineers tested that theory by leaving all of his credit cards and wallets at home. I thought it was a bit risky, but it turned out that it was okay. He didn't need to pull his wallet out once for 7 days. Now, it's very exciting. It's business class. It is business. This is the other thing. We say it's business class 5-star, and people think it's a camping trip in economy class. It's not. It is business class seats, 5-star hotel. All right. It is those things. And even the guys at rank 9s who came with us this year were surprised. They were like, yeah, no, we know you said it, but we thought we were still sitting in economy class. No, guys. It is not like all these other bits and pieces, things that you see in the market that come here and are gone tomorrow. This is the real deal. We take you away as we promise. And as I say, we came back 2 weeks ago from our rank 9 trip. And you know what's amazing? 11 months from that date, we're going again. We're going in December this year. And you are all welcome to join us. But if you don't make it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. In our system, you don't start from zero in January every year. Another thing we see happening out there. In our system, you accumulate channel size. Whatever you finish on this year is what you start on next year. And so you will get to rank 9. We can guarantee it to everybody who perseveres. You will make rank 9, even if it takes you 20 years. Okay? Because it's not starting fresh every year. Okay? And the other guarantee is that none of you will make rank 9 who quit. It's a guarantee. If you quit, you won't make rank 9. Only those who persevere will join us on this trip. You want to see where we're going? Let's have a look.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
All right. So the question is, who's coming with? That's the question. Who is coming with this year? And that's a decision you'll make. Yeah, book my ticket. I see it every presentation that I never see you again. You have to survive the first 3 months. You have to survive the first 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. You need to keep going in the system. You're going to form a new habit of converting your previous unused time into money with us. It's not easy, but it is doable. You can see how many people have made it already in the 2 years that we've been here. One chap, where is he? This chap here, 5 months to rank 9. 5 months to rank 9. Are you going to make it yourself? Maybe it takes you 15 months. It doesn't matter. We go every year. Every year. There's no cutoff. When you make it, you come. Okay? All you've got to do now is put the persistency in, and you can do it with us. And this is the reward, not the return. The return, the monthly income, is still in behind all of this every month on a recurring, reliable basis. You can't feed your children with a holiday. but you can with the returns program. At rank 11 in the rewards program, we give you your own car. It's not branded. It's not rented to you. It is not financed through us. We give it to you, and it is yours. We hope that you use it to build economic freedom. That's why we give it to you. That's at rank 11. There are 28 ranks in this program. Can you imagine what's in the rest of the ranks? Folks, people ask me, as part of our training program, folks, every month we run what are called XP quests or wealth quests. And the wealth quests are designed to help you build little pieces of your channel each month. Sustainable, solid foundations is what we want to do. Everyone can do them. It doesn't matter what rank you are. This month, because we know Christmas is the month where you lose all your money, you spend it all, we want to get you back on your feet financially. We're saying for everybody who can put 20 people into their channel this month and get them all paid by the end of January, there's a 10,000 Rand reward on top of your returns this month. 10,000 Rand. If you can put 20 new people on your first point and have them all paid by the end of January. There is still plenty time left in this month. Every one of you can do this if you set your minds to it. So, people ask me the question, where do we get the money to fund this business? Well, it's very simple. It's all built into our product prices. Just like in the traditional financial insurance space, who spends hundreds of millions every month advertising to you, TV, billboards, radios, etc., they build their price into the payments each month. Your banking fees, your funeral cover, your car insurance. If you're paying it, up to 50% of that payment each month is next month's marketing cost. They're just covering it through your payments. Now, we've done exactly the same thing at DuePoint. The only difference is we don't do any advertising. You are never going to see a billboard or an advert about DuePoint. That's why you've never heard of us. We use you. You connect us to individuals in South Africa. And as a result, all that money that we would have spent on SABC, DSTV, Prime Media is now available to you and your channel. That's basically how we redirect the flow of funds in our business. Now, having built channels of distribution for us, we now come along as DuePoint and we facilitate the purchase of 3 products into those channels. The first one is our Access Wealth Plan. It, in fact, includes 2 independent products in it. For 299 Rand a month, and folks, these prices are going up in February, so right now is a good time to take this product because you won't be affected by the price increase until February next year. So it's a good time right now. Okay, 299 for Access Wealth gives you 2 products. The first one is a tax-free investment account. This is not a savings account, it's an investment account. This investment account, we take 100 Rand of your 299, we put it into the investment account for you. No notice, no restriction periods or fees. You can pull that money at any time. Okay, which means that the actual cost of this product is only 199 Rand a month. And for that 199 Rand, you get 110,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover and full access to the DuePoint system. Our second product is our Wealth Guard product. It's 274 Rand at the moment. It will go up next month. For the 274 Rand, you get 1.1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. 1.1 million Rand. You get it with no waiting periods, no deferred benefit periods, no medical examinations, no maximum age limits. Anybody can have this product and after their first payment be undercover for 1.2 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. Now, folks, none of our products cover you for death by illness or natural causes. Why? Because that conflicts with our primary objective. Our primary objective is to put recurring, stable, reliable income in your hands. If we add natural causes and illness to any of our products, we now have to risk rate everybody you bring in here. What do they do? What are their pre-existing conditions? Where do they live? What are their circumstances? How old are they? And everyone's going to get a different price. And half the people you bring here, we're going to price them right out. They're not going to be able to be part of your channel. With our products, everybody you bring here, everybody, no matter their circumstances, can become a wealth engineer, and we can build your income with our products. The third product we have is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's 274 Rand currently. Will go up next month. 274 Rand a month to be a member of our club. As a member of our club, you get access to the leverage we have as a 7-decade-old insurance company in the South African economy. We've gone to hosts of suppliers and negotiated discounts and prices and packages and account managers that you could never get as individuals that you now have access to as a member of our Wealth Points Buyers Club. We got in there checkers, grocery stores, retail stores, data stores, car manufacturers. We've got gyms, entertainment, restaurants. We've got them all in there. And for your subscription fee once a month, you get the whole lot of suppliers that you can use in our system. We love this product. It's our non-financial, non-insurance product, and we think it's very exciting here. And so, folks, that is DuePoint from top to bottom. The decision today is whether you are willing to start creating income in a different way. Do you want to form a new habit to change the way your future will look? For most of us in South Africa, there is not much hope. Not much hope of a completely different economic future for ourselves. I think most people live on the hope that they're going to win the lottery or they're going to get some huge promotion suddenly. Guys, we know that that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen, otherwise none of us would be here this morning. Okay? We have to be proactive in creating income for ourselves. And we have created a tool that allows you to do that at minimal cost. Minimal cost and maximum output. If you want to become a wealth engineer today, it's very simple. Go to our website, DuePoint.net, and select apply. Once you've applied, you fill out the form. 5 minutes later, no money having passed from your hands, you're a wealth engineer. And you can immediately start building your channel at DuePoint. Folks, if you're serious, go and get the tools. The USB stick, 170 rands, got the presentation on it. Get it right now and you can start building. The backup battery. All of you are coming to our counter often asking for chargers and all of that because your phones are dead. Now, we use the phone to fill the application form out on. You don't want your phone dying when you're filling out application forms in this business. Get the backup battery. You can get a custom set of beautiful business cards made for you. They're 5,000 Rand a set, but we're able to get them at 645 Rand for 500 custom-made business cards. You can legitimize this business in your hands immediately with a set of these business cards. We've got all of the tools for you. Prices are on the counter. You can order them at info@DuePoint.net if you want to get them out of town, and we'll have them delivered to you. Get the tools, get out there, and start changing your future. Folks, we want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel has got all of our videos on, including 2 brand new introduction videos that we've just loaded up this week. One of me doing it, one of Rob doing it, less than 20 minutes each. Everything else is there for you. Make sure you subscribe. It's free to subscribe, and you'll know when we go live every day and when we add videos if you are. We want you to download our free app. You can use our Wi-Fi here, or you can download it wherever you are from any of your app stores. Put it on your phone. It plugs you into your channel in real time. Second by second, minute by minute, you can see what's going on in your channel with your app. Your tools are there and your training is there. And guys, I beseech you, I beg you, do the training. Sit down this weekend, watch the videos, understand this business, and you will succeed if you have done that. You also get XP points for all the videos that you watch. So make sure you watch the training. And then your personal documentation, your product docs, your policies, your personal information, all on this app. Once you've downloaded the apps, guys, in the top left-hand corner, you're going to see your name. Click on your name, and your profile will load. Click on the picture in the middle, and take a picture of yourself, head and neck. That's all we want, head and neck picture, okay? Not kids and dogs, just head and neck, okay? When you've got your head and neck profile in, you'll automatically receive 1,000 XP towards your XP Rewards program. Getting you to rank 9, you can start today wherever you are by walking out the door with 1,000 XP already. Make sure you download it, take your picture, and get cracking. Guys, couple of don'ts. You know what the do's are. I'm going to tell you what the don'ts are. Read our code of conduct, but if you can't remember all of it, there are 5 things I want you to remember. First of all, do not become a wealth engineer today, ladies and gentlemen, if you can't afford it. There are costs involved. You're going to be using data. This is an online company. You're going to be moving between people. There are expenditure involved in building channels. If it's going to make your financial position worse, don't become a wealth engineer. Don't become a wealth engineer if you don't have access to the internet or don't know how to use a computer. Guys, there are no paper application forms, no paper brochures, no gazebos. This is not one of those things. It's from the 21st century, not the 20th century, okay? Everybody you put in your channel needs to know how to use their smartphone and the internet. That's how this business works. If you can't do that, you don't know how, this business is not for you. If you can't move around easily, if you don't have access to public transport or your own transport, and you can't move, you will not be able to connect people to this business. And if you can't connect them to this business, you're going to hate it. And so, do not become a wealth engineer if you struggle with transport. But if you can do all of these things, and you do become a wealth engineer, then the number one thing I don't want you doing is filling out the application form on behalf of somebody else. Remember, our application form is our contract with you. Our contract with you. I see some of you already nodding off. Guys, if you're going to remember anything, remember today that our application form is our contract with you. If you fill it out on behalf of someone, it's a criminal offense. You could end up in jail. Because in that application form, you've got to sign that you agree to the terms and conditions of being a wealth engineer, that you agree to the terms and conditions of your product, and you're going to give me authority to raise debit orders against your bank account. You cannot fill that out on behalf of somebody else. Okay. And then, folks, don't put any people who are direct family into your channel. The general rule is if they live in the same house as you, they can't be in your channel. Husbands and wives must work under one W number, building one channel, and everybody else must leave and cleave. You know the biblical principle? Out the door they go. Send them off. They can live in their own houses. When they're living in their own houses, they can be part of your channel. It's an anti-fraud mechanism that we use. Talk to your lead wealth engineer or our client service team if you want more detail on that. And then, folks, as I said to you, I have freed you from the burden of advertising and marketing. Please do not go out. This is Rob's favorite one. And start DuePoint pages, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on web pages, whether it's adverts in shopping centers. You are not DuePoint. You cannot start DuePoint Johannesburg, DuePoint in Mpumalanga, DuePoint Wealth Engineers, DuePoint Help Desk. We've had that too. Folks, you don't know how many laws you are breaking by doing that. You are literally breaking laws. You could be arrested for doing that. You can use your own Facebook page and engage with people there on the system, never the products, the system on your own personal Facebook page. But you are free from the burden of advertising. Just connect the people you know to DuePoint and the process will begin. And then lastly, folks, I don't want you to leave people to us. Take responsibility for all the wealth engineers, all the people that you bring to DuePoint. We've had people that send people to our door here and say, no, so-and-so, who we've never heard of, sent me here and said that Brendan would look after you. Brendan will not look after you. That's not my job here. People that you want in your channel, take responsibility for. If you send them to a presentation here or elsewhere, make sure you go with them or you have someone that's going to look after them. This is your channel. It's your future. It's your income. Take responsibility for it in our system. Guys, very excitingly, on the 10th of February, we're having our recognition conference. We're calling it our Converge Conference. 10th of February, next month, we're going to recognize our biggest and best in DuePoint. It's going to be an incredible evening. We've got just the best venue, and it's going to be an amazing night. You want to be there. You want to see what's happening. It's going to get you fired up. You're going to see how this business works. If you want to join us, you have to be rank 4 and above. Get yourself to rank 4. It's not that difficult to get to rank 4. Get there by the end of the month and you can join us. If you are rank 4 and above, I think we've got something like 13 tickets left as of yesterday. You better get your ticket now. Like, go to the counter today and buy your ticket. You've all been paid your returns this last week. I know you got the money. Go and get your ticket. If you are rank 4, you're allowed to bring one guest with you. Make sure you've bought your ticket and registered your guest as well before those tickets run out. 10th of February, it is going to be an incredible, incredible evening. And then, folks, this coming Tuesday, we've got our next Tell All Tuesday. It's one of our highlight events every month. Like I showed you, we have a handful of people that come up every month to talk about the system. Excuse me, we've got a bunch of people coming up this Tuesday who are going to give their testimonies about DuePoint and how they've been using it. We've got some awesome stories in amongst these. This lady over here, Gogo down from KZN, underneath her now must be 4 of one of our biggest channels that are formed under her. It's just absolutely incredible how this business is changing lives. They're going to be talking about it. Book it in, guys. 6:30 this coming Tuesday. Get your wealth engineers there and get your guests there. It's an amazing night of testimony. Very powerful in showing people the DuePoint system. That's this Tuesday at 6:30. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you can see how serious we are here at DuePoint. This is not like something you have seen before. It will require your time and your energy, but we believe that we are going to be part of the economic solution in South Africa. It is our hope and our objective, and we want you to come along with us as we change the lives of South Africans. If you want to be part of us, guys, and you've got questions and concerns, come and ask us. Ask the people who brought you here this morning. Ask my staff and myself. But before you go today, make sure you have this tool in your hands and start building from this moment forward. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to see you all outside, and thanks for all of you who've tuned in live today.